Em chào chị ạ.
Ờ,
Em chào chị ạ.
ok, chị nghe thế mà. Em có nghe được chị nói không?
Em nghe thế rồi ạ.
Ok.
Đây tí.
Sao chị chưa thấy up từ vựng lên à?
À chết, em quên em vừa đi học về ạ.
Ờ,
Em chưa.
up từ vựng lên giúp chị đi.
Vâng.
Hôm nay có 2 video thì có cần xem lại không?
Em muốn xem lại cái thứ nhất. Bây giờ cái thứ nhất em
Cái thứ nhất
đang
hay cái
hơi
thứ
sơ
hai?
sài. Cái mà bookstore mà có đứa bé nó nói ấy chị.
Là video The Power of Reading. Chị thấy hai
Stop
video của
taking
cái
meeting
này
notes
đều
and let
dài.
click up AI Note Taker, do it for you. It allows you to focus on your meetings, not
Was in Paris.
Tối thứ năm tới có học được không?
Tối thứ năm em không học được rồi ạ. Vì tối thứ năm em đi trải nghiệm với trường rồi ạ.
Ok.
Hoạt động trải nghiệm.
Thế trong tuần
Vâng.
này có buổi nào sắp xếp được?
Trong tuần này thì hiện tại thì em không có, vì là tuần này thì em chuẩn bị đi hoạt động trải nghiệm nên là sẽ bận cả tuần rồi.
Ok.
Và tuần sau thì em rảnh rảnh rồi. Tuần sau thì là em vẫn học được thứ hai với
Tối thứ năm đúng
thứ
không?
thứ năm vâng.
Ok, thế để chị nốt vào tối thứ năm tuần sau nhá.
Vâng, thứ tư hoặc thứ năm cũng được ạ.
Em thấy ngày nào em ok hơn?
Em thấy thứ năm ạ.
Ok, thế để thứ năm. Đợt này không học cô Hoa nữa thì đã đi cô Hoa và cô Liên nữa thì đã đi học chỗ khác chưa hay tự ôn?
Em học chỗ khác rồi chị ạ.
Cố lên nhá, cố thi đi. Năm nay lớp 12 đúng không? Hay lớp 11?
11 ạ.
Cố lên. Còn một năm nữa thôi.
Vâng. Vâng. Thế là em vẫn chưa xem được video.
Chị đang đợi em ấy từ mới ấy.
À, vâng.
Rồi, ok. Một xíu nữa nếu mà trong quá trình hỏi ấy, thì những cái từ vựng, từ mới này cố gắng vận dụng cho chị ít nhất là 2 đến 3 từ nhá.
Vâng ạ.
Ok, bây giờ chị sẽ chiếu video.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am April. 8 years ago, I got the biggest and best present ever of my life. After reading me books every night since I was about 2, my mom opened a children's bookstore. I still remember the day I stepped into the warm, lovely place. Sunshine glowed on the bookshelves, and I smelled the scent of books. And I still remember the happy moment my mom held me in her arms and read me a book. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. Time passed, and I grew from a little kid who was often mistaken for a boy to a big girl standing in front of you on this stage. However, the love of reading has been kept unchanged, except that I don't suck my fingers anymore while I'm reading. Having the freedom to read and the freedom to choose is one of the best gifts my mom ever gave me. Although running a bookstore is not always a good choice for making money, Mom never regret quitting her high salary job and devoting herself to the small bookstore.
Rocks. I'm writing a paper on them. This is a lasting sign between me and Break, and
She is very proud of her work that brings a passion for reading to me and other children. Surrounded by books, I am enthusiastic about reading. I bring a book with me wherever I go. I read in restaurants while I'm waiting for a meal. I read in the metro on my way to school. I read every night before I go to sleep. To read is to voyage through time, to visit places you will never otherwise know, to experience a world of imagination, adventure, and discovery. Take Alice in Wonderland as an example. When I read that book, I fell with Alice into a wonderland. It's so weird, so visual. There, rabbits can talk, playing cards can walk, and cats can vanish at will. After I read that book, my mind kept wanting to return to Wonderland and experience all those nonsense again. So I drew this picture. I drew the Cheshire Cat, the caterpillar on the giant mushroom, and the girl. I don't know if the girl's Alice or myself. I was too young when I drew that picture. But I really wish that I could have lived inside that book. So you can see, in the book, bored Alice followed a rabbit and tumbled down into Wonderland, whereas in the real world, a book can always lead you to escape the boredom of everyday life and enter a magic world. For example, we can take the magic school bus to explore the human body, or we can escape into nature by reading Faber's Book of Insects. We can even travel back to ancient Greece or Rome in the series of horrible history. With a book, we can go anywhere and be anything. Reading is also a good way for us to connect with others. It's amazing how when you're reading a book on a train, a stranger next to you says, "Hey, I love that book too." This is a true story between me and Yo-Yo. We then immediately started a discussion about characters in that book. Yo-Yo's mom and my mom also found that they had a lot in common. Last year, our families took a trip to Singapore together. This was our first day in Singapore. We went to a big bookstore and spent half a day there. This is not the only story. When I share fun did you know book facts with my friends, or help other readers my age find the book that's just right for them, we build up relationships and get to know each other better. Also, I believe that when parents read to their children, it brings back good memories from their own childhood. This is a strong relationship that can get rid of gaps in between generations. Another amazing thing about reading is, when you are reading, in a way, you're engaging in a conversation with the author. One of the authors I admire very much is Bill Bryson, who is humorous and witty. When reading his great book, A Short Story of Nearly Everything, I feel like I'm accompanying the author as he travels through space and time, from the Big Bang to the rise of civilization. His deep curiosity of the world we live in and encyclopedic knowledge of his topics impressed and touched me. Another beloved author is Roald Dahl, whose hilarious, breathtaking books are so attractive that I don't even want the story to end. I have read all of his books for children: Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Witches, BFG, and many others. When asked in an interview about how do you get your story ideas, the author answered, "It always starts with a little seed of idea, a little germ. Every time I get a great idea, I will pull out a notebook and write it down, or else it would disappear like a dream." These tips helped me a lot when I first started writing. I used my idea notebook to write down my seeds of ideas. And in the story The Mimpins, Roald Dahl told us, "Watch with glaring eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places." I was inspired when I read this, and taken as advice not only from a great author, but also from a wise man who had a keen insight into our world. Just like Roald Dahl's character, the BFG, big friendly giant, whose job was to collect and blow pleasant dreams to small children. Roald Dahl, Bill Bryson, Sheldon Allen Silverstein, Dr. Seuss, and other writers did blow big dreams to me and every other reader. I dreamed that one day I can make magic of my own as an author for myself, my friends, my kids, and other children. Here, I want to share a poem I wrote on a kite I made in our class. Soaring above us like a bird is a big, amazing kite. The wind is howling, making it dance. What a beautiful sight. Yes, what a beautiful sight. But I know making this dream come true will be a very long and slow process. I will keep on reading and writing every day, and above all, keep watching with glittering eyes the whole world around me, just like Roald Dahl. And there's one thing I know for sure. Reading will be a lifelong love for me. I read because living one life is just not enough. Today I stand here to share my reading stories with you because I believe that reading can light up the whole world. So, why not surround yourself with books, sit down quietly, and enjoy the words, the pictures, and how they fit together so beautifully. At the end of my speech, I would like to recite one of my favorite poems. No one believes the whole book can ever come from something as simple as butterflies that don't even live that long. But on paper, things can live forever. On paper, a butterfly never dies. Thank you.
Okay, so can you turn on your camera?
Vâng. Chị thấy chưa? À, ủa, ui, sao em ấn mở camera rồi nhưng mà trên đây nó chưa hiện ra rồi. Chắc là mạng lag.
Okay, so I would like to ask you that what impact did the bookstore have on the speaker's love of reading?
The bookstore, uh, the bookstore inspired her and became the place where she first discovered the magic of books. It also helped her develop a strong love for reading.
Okay, and how does the speaker describe the power of reading?
The speaker described reading as something magical because it can bring her to a different world, open her imagination, and help her and help her become and help her expand her horizon.
Okay. And what role did the speaker's mom play in shaping her love for reading, for books?
Her mom encouraged and supported her reading habit, and she often gave her book and create a reading environment at home for her.
And what is the speaker's dream for the future?
Her dream is to bring reading closer to more children and inspire them to uh, love reading books like she does.
And what are the mental benefits of reading regularly?
Um, in my opinion, reading regular reading reading regularly can improve concentration, um, memory, creativity, um, critical thinking, perspective, and reduce stress. And it also help develop language and deeper thinking.
Okay, and do you like reading?
Um, I'm mm, um, honestly, I don't like reading too much because whenever I reading, I might feel very tired and sleepy. So that I cannot focus on the the plot.
And instead of reading, what do you prefer to do?
Mm, I I prefer watching movies than reading because when I'm watching movie I can easily focus on the plot and can I can I can I can imagine the scenes.
Okay, and what are the differences between reading physical books and ebooks?
I think physical books. I think physical books give a real and traditional feelings, while ebooks are more convenient to carry, store, and to read anywhere.
Anything else?
Um, um, in addition, physical books don't need. Uh, however, physical books don't need battery, but ebooks make but ebooks need battery, but it can make highlight and searching easier.
Okay, and do you think that is it important to encourage kids to read in today's digital age? Yeah, definitely. It is important to encourage kids to read in nowadays because kids are because kids today are usually distracted by phones and social media. Mm, moreover, reading can help kids improve focus
thinking, imagination, and long-term learning. Long-term learning. So reading should definitely be encouraged.
Okay, and do you think that children today read less than them in the past?
Yes, I think children today read less in the past because today children always focus on TV and social media, so they so it so they don't have time to read books. But children in the past have many time to reading books.
Okay, so do you want to watch video number 2 or keep answering?
Keep answering. Keep answering.
Alright, so I would like to ask you that how does reading help boost confidence in individuals?
Reading can boost confidence in individuals by giving people more information, more ideas, and uh, and wider understanding. So they can feel more confident when speaking, expressing opinions, or solving problems.
How does reading stimulate the mind and keep it active?
Um, mm, Reading can stimulate the mind and active activate the brain because it requires thinking, analyzing, imagining, and connecting ideas. This keeps the mind active and reduce the risk of mental decline.
What emotional benefits does reading provide?
Mm, Reading can provide uh, reading can provide several benefits, such as uh, comfort, comfortable, reduce loneliness, and help people manage emotion.